Ari Melber, MSNBC's chief legal correspondent, and Mark Halperin. Good morning, gentlemen, to both of you.
Morning.
Ari, let me start with you. Part of me wonders if there were, in fact, a request for FISA wiretaps, would that suggest that someone smells smoke?
Absolutely. There's only two reasons you would have that special foreign court issue a lawful warrant. One is someone in the U.S. talking to a foreign power, an agent of a foreign power, espionage, right? Or two would be the idea that there was some U.S. crime committed. Either way, that would be bad for the person under surveillance. The interview we just saw was, to be charitable, bizarre. You don't need to ask a separate branch of government, the Congress, to go find out what the executive branch obviously knows. And to your point, the premise of your question, Savannah, I thought it was very revealing. The FBI, the NSA, the 16 intelligence agencies are all basically warehouses for the very kind of information that Deputy White House Secretary appears to think they cannot get. And the timeline doesn't help the White House. This has nothing to do with whether one is sympathetic to the White House's goals or not as a general matter. The timeline is there were reports that there may have been some sort of wiretap at some point months ago. As you stated, Lester, that is not new. That does not necessarily mean the president was involved in any way. No one has put forth the evidence of that. And yet here we are months later getting these kind of attacks for the first time from the president, the current president.
Well, if you look at the reports, these news reports that the White House cites, none of them stand for the proposition that President Obama tapped President Trump's phone, as Mr. Trump said. Some people have said, a lot of Democrats are saying, oh, he's trying to deflect. But what? Deflect to what? Because the conversation writ large is still about Russia, which is not a conversation he wants to be having. He had a successful speech. He doesn't want to be talking about this stuff.
Well, if you want to understand it, I think you look at the history of the practice and psychology of the president. He wants to be shown being aggressive and showing strength from his point of view. After a week which started so well with his speech to Congress and the nation, and then had his attorney general recuse himself from the investigation over Russia, a feeling that his staff wasn't defending him enough. So I think you say it's not a great deflection because it keeps the focus on Russia. From his point of view, it shows him on offense. But he's destabilized Washington and the world again with a series of tweets with extraordinary, outrageous allegations that now I think they hope go away. I don't think his staff wants to keep up this fight. I think they're sorry that it happened because it is a distraction. Not so much from Russia, but from the legislative agenda. That's why he's there, to try to actually pass things, not to pick fights.
And it's a big week ahead on that as well, which we're going to get into. Ari and Mark, thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, Today fans. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking that button down there and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives.